the insecurity, which are terrorism, banditry, and others in our country, Nigeria. The entire security agencies in our country missed the point totally in this fight against terrorism, and I mean it. I repeat, the entire security agencies in our country missed the point in this fight against terrorism. Therefore, they will not be able to find the solution. Yet, there is a solution. As the years have gone by, the original terrorism has multiplied itself and become mixed up. Yet, we must go back to its origins to find the solution. We must dive deeply into theology, for it is deeply hidden in theology. This insecurity in Nigeria manifests itself as 1. A jihad, 2. Sharia, 3. Northern marginalization, 3. 4. Economic marginalization of certain tribes in Nigeria, banditry, Boko Haram, ISWAP, ISIS, unknown gunmen, Lakurawa, and others. It is not any of those things. I speak on authorities. These are the Hydra outcomes of the insecurity, which more Hydra heads will continue to come up unless the origins are exposed for what it is and resolved with a holistic approach. All these Hydra heads are the metamorphosis of the terrorism and are calculated to deceive. It is not what it seems. The terrorism is a grave theology error. It is the prophesied abomination that causes desolation, the beast of apostasy in the Christian parlance. It is called the Antichrist. In Islamic religion, it is called the Dajjal al-Barat, the Al-Qaeda beast of apostasy, the 666, the 999, the code 6, the code 9, 69, 99, 96, a great theological abomination, to be forced to renounce the Lord God Almighty as God and Creator and forcefully adopt Lucifer as God. It is prophesied in the Holy Bible in at least 5 locations with detailed information. The fighters cry, "No church," but it is a deceit. Their slogan actually is, "No mosque, no Islam, no church, no Christianity," meaning no faith in God. It is not atheism. No, it is first having believed and then abandon belief in God, which is apostasy. It is a catastrophic mistake by mankind, and that mistake causes desolation. Desolation means the total annihilation of all mankind by all manners of war. If you count from what is happening in Nigeria, you will find up to 7 or more kinds of wars ongoing now. ISIS, ISWAP, Boko Haram, Lakurawa, Ansari, banditry, kidnapping, unknown gunmen, all to cause desolation ultimately. And this terrorism began from one original root, Al-Qaeda. This is what Nigeria is fighting. This is what you are entangled in, our esteemed Nigerian security organizations. Now, according to biblical prophecy, Dajjal al-Barat, the beast from the earth, will force or cause men interpret force to mean war. Then you get the understanding. To make the mark, to take the mark, that is, to take the branding of 666 or 6 or 9, which is his mark, on their hands. And any who did not accept that branding can neither buy nor sell. The reader or listener should please study Revelation chapter 12 and 13. It is clearly explained there. Nigerian security agents, you must now please pay great attention to these expositions to get the right understanding. Our research work began in 2004 from Port Harcourt, but in 2005, the Lord God Almighty requested me to resign my banking career to undertake this research full-time. Leaving Port Harcourt, I first settled in Abuja, then again on instructions, relocated to Jos Plateau State, and spent over 10 years in Jos, recording the unfolding of the terrorism, beginning from Dogonahawa. I lived a walking distance to Dogonahawa, so I am a witness, together with all the villagers, to the events that occurred in Dogonahawa. It took the 10th year of this research and study for the beast, Dajjal al-Barad, to become exposed. The terrorism seemed simple, seemed like just mere killings. If it was, it could have been stopped a long time ago. But Dajjal al-Barad, the apostasy beast, code 6, code 9, was hidden, buried within Islam religion. And Islam religion is falling, therefore. Muslims globally will apply the holistic approach and defeat Dajjal al-Barad. How was Dajjal al-Barad finally exposed? It was by the burning and the destruction of the farms, destruction of the farmlands, destruction of the food banks, destruction of the citizens dwelling in plateaus and other food-producing states of the country. The understanding then crystallized. The destruction of these places is well covered under marginalization of the Fulani struggle of land and social amenities between the Fulani and the native occupiers. It is not. It is the hijack of basic human infrastructure by Dajjal al-Barad to cause scarcity, to assume ownership of those places, control of those places, until one can no longer own land or farm, and one can no longer farm to produce any kind of thing, unless one takes the mark of Dajjal, the apostasy beasts 666999. Clearly written in the prophecies of Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, I quote, "And he causeth all," read causeth as forces, "all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Verse 17, "And no man might buy or sell, add farm work, own land, own anything, have family, etc. to get the understanding. No man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." Verse 18, "Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number, add, date to understand, of a man, and his number is 600, 66. That is 666. When inverted, it is 999. Now, the food banks in northern Nigeria are being destroyed daily. Also, in the farming areas of southern Nigeria, like Edo State, Delta State, Ondo State, and others, women and farmers can no longer go to their farms out of fear of being killed. Thus, as far back as 2014, prices of food items have skyrocketed in Nigeria, even before the fuel subsidy removal, even before the blockage of the Strait of Hormuz. We must separate issues here. I have separated them. The question before us now is, how come our country, Nigeria, became involved in Dajjal al-Barad's issues? Nigeria, a country known worldwide for its theological inclination. Good question. And I believe Nigerians will really want to know this. Although we published a case study of Nigeria's insecurity since 2014, and we sent copies to the different Nigerian security agencies, but we had continuously since 2005 kept on sending advanced intelligence on the terrorism to those same security organs of Nigeria, and we have continued to send to them updates. But the theology portion concerning Dajjal al-Barad was not included. Dajjal al-Barad is a theological abomination, which is the apostate beast from the earth in Revelation chapter 13. The terrorism which Dajjal al-Barat creates for use is Al-Qaeda, created in 1999, which Al-Qaeda is a war machine, Hydra-headed Frankenstein. This terrorism hence manifests itself and operates in state matters of Nigeria and nations all over the world. While the theology portion of it, the apostasy, is carefully buried within Islam, a deep secret, because through the state machinery of elections, democracies all over the world, the beast of Al-Qaeda 666 seeks total hijack of governances across the world as it seeks in Nigeria. Thus, in every nation of the earth today, in which there is war beginning from 1999, Dajjal al-Barat is already ruling those nations through his Al-Qaeda war machine of terrorism. The goal of Al-Qaeda is the scorched earth agenda, an agenda to use mankind to self-annihilate. That is, self-destruction of the entire human race by its own hand through wars organized by Dajjal's Al-Qaeda, funded by Al-Qaeda, so as to eventually replace humankind with humanoid robots, while the remnants of the humankind will be returned to the slave era of the world. That is the plan against Africans across the globe. To achieve this quickly, the Al-Qaeda incendiaries began the burning down with fire of properties, of anything and everything, public properties inclusive, not just private properties. These incendiaries will not be investigated, or will not be truly investigated, or thoroughly investigated, because before Al-Qaeda carries out these incendiaries, some oligarchs and some government personnel have become Al-Qaeda members. And it is they themselves, these oligarchs and government personnel, who are responsible for these incendiaries all over the world. If your property was recently burnt, therefore, or razed down by strange fires, you now know the right place to look. If you look any other direction, you miss it entirely. When in 2014, the picture became complete of the rise of Dajjal al-Barat, the Al-Qaeda beast of apostasy, by the solving of the puzzle of the farmlands burning, we compiled the security report into a booklet and distributed it to all security agencies in Nigeria. Therefore, any security document we release on this channel is already beginning from 2005 in the hands of all the security agencies in Nigeria. But we could not release intelligence about who is Dajjal al-Barat, because the security organs of our government are secular, not theological. Instead, we sought to be invited discreetly more than 10 times through all kinds of proposals to these security organs and to the various government organs, so as to discreetly divulge this most important of all the intel. We were denied or ignored, and so the battle kept on raging, and the destructions kept on mounting. 2027 general elections, the last chance for us Nigerians to be alive. That is, for there to still be a people called Nigerians. When I say the last chance of us Nigerians to be alive, I mean it. So, since the security organs and government organs, which we have reached out to continually through over 20 years of research and study and informing, to partner with us to be well enlightened on the subject of this Al-Qaeda terrorism, they kept silent till date. Nigerian citizens, through this podcast, should now be generally enlightened, so that they will choose if they want the beast of apostasy 666 to rule them, if they want to be branded 666 on their foreheads, if they want to serve the Satan Lucifer and be destroyed willingly by self-destruction of voting into power Dajjal al-Barat, the beast.